Zainab was a beautiful Fulani girl from the northern city of Kano. She was only 22 years old, with soft brown skin and long hair that danced in the wind. She had big, curious eyes, the kind that noticed everything around her. People always said she looks like her late grandmother, kind, bold, and wise. Her father, Alhaji Musa, was a very rich man. He owned hundreds of cattle and ran one of the biggest cow businesses in the north. His cows were strong and well fed. He sent them in trucks to far places like Abuja, Lagos, and even Port Harcourt. People came from different states to buy from him. Everyone respected him. Zainab was not just a beautiful girl, she was smart. Since she was 10, she had followed her father to cattle markets and business meetings. She helped with counting, selling, and even talking to customers. She knew the prices of cows by just looking at them. Her father loved her dearly and often said, "Zainabu, you are sharper than 10 boys." But not everyone was happy about this. Zainab was the only child from her mother. She had 3 older brothers, Aminu, Kabiru, and Sani, from her father's other wife. They didn't like how close she was with their father. They were jealous, especially Aminu. One morning, Aminu came to their father with a fake smile. "Good morning, Baba." "Good morning, my son," Alhaji Musa replied. Aminu cleared his throat. "Baba, don't you think Zainab is old enough to marry? Her mates have children already." Alhaji Musa looked up from his tea. "I know, my son, but marriage is not something to force. Let her decide when she is ready." Aminu's eyes narrowed. "But Baba, she is always with you at work. She should be in her husband's house, not sitting at your side like a manager." Alhaji Musa frowned. "You are forgetting your place, Aminu. She is my daughter and I trust her." But that did not stop Aminu. That same week, he brought a rich old Fulani man to the house. The man was almost 60 years old, his beard full of white and his voice deep like thunder. When Zainab saw him sitting in the living room, smiling at her like she was meat in the market, she turned around and walked out without a word. She ran to the back of the house, crying. That night, Alhaji Musa, her father, entered her room. He sat beside her on the bed and touched her shoulder gently. "Zainab," he said, "I'm sorry about what happened today. I did not know they were planning it. No one will force you to marry anyone you don't love." Zainab wiped her tears. "Thank you, Baba. But why do they want me gone?" Her father said, "Because they are afraid. They see how smart you are. They know I trust you with my cows and my business. They think you will take their place." Zainab shook her head. "I don't want to take anyone's place. I just love helping you, Baba." "And that is why I love you," her father said, smiling. 2 weeks later, her father sent her to Lagos to handle a special cow deal. It was the first time she would travel alone for business. He gave her a driver and a helper, Fatima, to go with her. Lagos was big and noisy. The buildings were tall and the roads were wide. Zainab had never seen so many cars and people in one place. She stayed in a hotel in Victoria Island and went to meet her father's new business partner, Obinna. When she entered the office, she met a tall, dark, and handsome man standing near the window. He turned and smiled. His teeth were white, his voice soft, and his eyes kind. "You must be Zainab," he said. "Yes," she replied shyly. "I'm Obinna. Welcome to Lagos." They spoke about cattle and transport, but something else was happening. Zainab could feel it in her chest. Her heart was beating fast. Obinna was respectful, funny, and very smart. And he listened to her like her thoughts mattered. Later that evening, he took her to a restaurant near the beach. They talked and laughed for hours. "You are not what I expected," Zainab said. "What do you mean?" "Maybe a big belly and loud voice," she said playfully. He laughed. "So I disappointed you?" "No," she said. "You surprised me." When Zainab returned to Kano, she and Obinna started talking every day. They sent messages, made late night calls. Slowly, their friendship became love. But Aminu found out. He grabbed her phone one day and shouted, "An Igbo man, are you trying to shame us?" "He respects me," Zainab said. "He listens to me." "You will not see him again," he barked. But Zainab was no longer afraid. That night, she told her father everything. He listened carefully. "If you love him and you know he loves you back, let him come and speak to me, my daughter." 2 weeks later, Obinna arrived with kola nut and respect in his heart. He dressed in simple northern clothes and spoke with care. "I love your daughter," he said. "I want to marry her with your blessing." Alhaji Musa looked at his daughter, Zainab. "Do you love this man?" "Yes, Baba," she replied, "with all my heart." Aminu shouted, "Never! This is a Fulani house. He's an outsider." But their father raised his hand. "You are my son, but this is my house, and I will not stop love from growing." Aminu, full of shame and anger, planned something evil. He and two of his friends waited for Obinna one night, holding sticks and knives. But Fatima heard their plans and told Zainab, who told her father. He quickly called the police. The boys were caught before they could strike. The family was shaken. Zainab cried, not just for fear, but because her own brother wanted to hurt the man she loved. After the storm, things calmed. Zainab and Obinna took time to visit each other's homes and learn from each other's people. They spoke Hausa and Igbo, danced at the family event, and smiled at small things. It was a quiet wedding, full of joy and hope. Years later, they started a business of transporting cattle from the northern region to the southern region. It became one of the most trusted business in Nigeria. They had 2 children, Aisha and Chidi, who grew up knowing both languages, both culture, and both food, fura and yam, tuwo and egusi. Zainab often told them, love is not about tribe, it's about respect, kindness, and working together. And Obinna would add, real love builds bridges, not walls. Moral lesson. True love sees beyond tribe, culture, or language. It is built on respect, kindness, and understanding. When we choose love over hate and unity over division, we create a better world for ourselves and those after us.